Hi again. In this video I want to talk about one of the animation components called LookAt. So let's get inside the land to see the LookAt effect on the pumpkins in here. And as you can see, as soon as I get inside my land, the pumpkin will start to looking at my player wherever I go. And that's how LookAt works. And now I want to show you how to use the LookAt for your objects and also your characters. So let's go to the builder. And from here I want to select one of my objects or maybe characters. For example, I will select her. I want she to look at my player as soon as my player get inside my land. So I will select her, and from the add components I will select the animation list and add LookAt to her components. And if the default naming of the component makes you confused, you can change their name by clicking in here and selecting the pencil and choose your own name. I think this is a good name for my example. Oops. Let me correct that. Alright. Now let's open the parameters of the LookAt to check. The first thing we have in here is the enable toggle that by default is active. And having the enabled active means by default when I get enter my land, the character start to looking at me because the LookAt start working. But sometimes I want to use the events, so that makes special components to be enabled or disabled. In these cases you can define some events in these fields. But at the moment, because I want always when I get inside my land, my character start to looking at me, I will make it enabled without using any event for event to enabled and event to disable. The other thing in here is a target that at the moment we only support the main player. That means when we give LookAt to a character or an object, they always look at the main player. The other thing is the speed that controls the rotation of speed of the character or the objects that we add LookAt to them. And the default number is 10, but you can decrease or increase this number by increase this number, and depends on you. And as the LookAt works by rotating around the special axis, for example, rotating around the y-axis or x-axis or z-axis, and it actually depends on the place of the player. Sometimes rotating an object or character around the special axis gives you a very unrealistic effect. For example, let's imagine I rotate my character around the x-axis or around the z-axis. Certainly she will give me a very unrealistic effect. And the only axis that is suitable for my character is y-axis at the moment. So I should freeze the x-axis and also the z-axis so that my character only rotates around the y-axis to look at my player. And in here I can do that. By default, the x direction is freeze, and I will also freeze the z direction too. And because I want my player only rotate around the y-axis to look at my player. And that's how I have for my character. So let's save and exit to check the result. And if I get inside my land, you can see my character start to looking at me wherever I go, like the pumpkins. And that's how LookAt component works. Now in the next lesson I will show you how to use the ghost follow so that your object follows you as a ghost.